Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, one book or novel at a time. I'm ready to read to you another sad, tragic, and horrific story. The story that I'm reading to you today comes straight from the book Stories That Must Not Die by Juan Sauvageau, and this one is called The Lady in Black. And this legend starts like this. For many years now, I've heard rumors to the fact that a lady in a black dress appears at the crossing of highways 141 and 281 between Fremont and Ben Bolt. I know it's easy to disregard the whole thing with a shrug and say, just another ghost story. But what are you going to do when a group of people come to you and describe the lady they have actually seen? Among these witnesses, there are 4 men who recently were going to work at the Exxon refinery. It was the middle of the night. All of a sudden, there was a lady in front of their car. They couldn't possibly avoid hitting her. There was no thud, no bump, but the passengers of the car were sure the lady had been killed. They got out, looked around, but found nothing. They called the sheriff. With their headlights and spotlights, they searched all around and looked for the body. The lady in black was nowhere to be found. Intrigued by the statements of actual witnesses, I started to look for the identity of the phantom in black. Who could she be? Why was she appearing in that area? I went around the neighboring ranches, talked to the old folks, and asked about the apparition. I may have found the answer. Thanks to a nice old man who lives in the back of Gonzalitos, his eyes sparkled when I asked him about the lady in black. Sure, I know who she is, he said with conviction. Her name is Dona Leonora Rodriguez de Ramos. I will repeat the story exactly the way he told it to me. This goes back to the days when the Rio Grande Valley was still the old Spanish province of Nuevo Santander. A rich landowner, Raúl Ramos, married one of the prettiest girls in Mexico, Leonora Rodriguez. The marriage celebrations were still going on when Don Raúl received a letter asking him to go back to Spain immediately in order to take care of urgent business. Unwilling to expose his young wife to the perils of a long sea voyage, he left his new bride at the ranch house. He was gone 6 months. He was very happy upon his return that his wife was 6 months pregnant. His joy was short-lived though, because a jealous neighbor came to tell him Doña Leonora had been unfaithful and that the child she was carrying was not his. Don Raúl, who was a very violent man, went into an uncontrollable rage. He called 2 of his most trusted ranch hands and told them that the next morning they were to take Doña Leonora in the carriage. His orders were very clear. They were to ride north for 24 hours and then they were to hang her. The ranch hands left with the young bride at the crack of dawn. Don Raúl left on horseback at the same time. He headed south. By doing so, he knew that if he were to weaken and change his mind, he would be too far to do anything about it. The men obeyed orders. After 24 hours, they reached approximately where the 2 highways cross now. In spite of her pleas, they hanged the poor lady. At that exact moment, 24 hours after riding south, Don Raúl shot himself in the head. Then I asked my old friend, why do you think she keeps coming back? It's very simple, he replied. It's to justify herself. It's to prove she hadn't been unfaithful and that the baby she was carrying was really her husband's. And he added, with a bit of malice in the corner of his eyes. Write a story about her in the paper. Who knows? She might feel vindicated and rest in peace. What a sad story. And there you have it. That's the story of The Lady in Black by Juan Sauvageau from the book Stories That Must Not Die. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to One Book or Novel at a Time. Have a spectacular day.